It's not a game, it's a rage thing.
Right. We are live officially. Right. So let me just say we're live on YouTube, and then we can start things off. We've gained 2 subscribers from this. 3 off the century. Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast. Oh, my audio is good, right? Don't want to start rambling. No one can hear me.
No, I can hear you.
Good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Marcus Podcast YouTube channel. This is our 6th episode on the channel. We've done a few sports ones now, but we're on Sunday, I believe, from Sunday, where I'm going on holiday or vacation, whatever you call it. We are filming non-sport ones, so the sport ones will die down a bit. But tonight, we're back with another sport one, and probably the finale for a bit. And today, we are joined by my friend, Freddie.
Hello, everyone on Marcus's podcast.
Right. What should we kick things off with? So Freddie, if no one could tell, somehow if you can't tell, he is from the United States. I'm from the UK, as you've probably seen from the 6 podcasts we've done on this channel. Today we're going to be discussing, if you've seen the title of the video, who are the better supporters, the USA fans generally or UK. It's a bit of a funny debate, but it's a good debate because there's certain aspects to our sports in the UK that are different to sports out where Freddie's from, and the way the fans treat it, the way they're played, how much the hype is. Really, it's one of those types of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way you see it, really.
What'd you say?
It's the way you see it, how you approach going to a fixture or something. That's how it is.
That didn't make any sense.
Oh, sorry. Let me elaborate in a simpler format. It's the way you when you turn up. It's how you want the game to be. Is how it will probably turn up most of the time. That's how it. Do you understand now?
No,
bit better.
You're making no sense.
That makes perfect sense.
So the way you want the game to be.
So if you enjoy, it's basically if you enjoy going to a certain fixture or certain game or certain sporting event, you'll probably more likely enjoy it than if you don't. Yeah, that's what I meant. Just said it in a bit of a weird way.
Yeah, because I always go in with bad expectations because I support terrible teams. So I expect the worst, but I go for a good time.
Exactly. That's same with me. I support crap teams, and I enjoy it for specific reasons, but at the same time, it does make me feel a bit crap once I've left wherever I am.
Yeah, well, anyone would feel crap supporting Spurs, so it's understandable.
If it was Spurs are absolute crap. If anyone knows, they are they're 7th.
We're Arsenal are 10th though, so you're better.
To be honest, at the end of the day, you know Arsenal, guys, they win the Europa League. They are not Europa League, FA Cup. They knock Spurs out of the Europa League. How crazy to think! That is so crazy. Great start. We've got some subheadings that we'll go through and points that I've made that we can discuss and let our opinions out. There will be a bit of bias on this one as we're both from completely different countries. And
I don't think bias is a word.
Biasness? No, bias.
Just bias. Bit of bias.
Yeah, bias. Bias, Steve. Why did I say that? God, bias, dude. It doesn't even sound like a real word. Bit of a mare there. So, my first point, I will put it on the thing. Let's put the ticker on. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry about this. I want to start off with this point that I've just made. How do NFL fans approach a massive game? So if let's say the what team do we? What team is good at the moment in the NFL? I know it's not on at the moment, but what's
the Chiefs?
Let's just say the Chiefs, for example. The Chiefs. They've got a final against a team that are not as good as them, obviously, because they're probably one of the best.
Yeah.
How do the fans? Is there a lot of cockiness? I'm basically asking.
There's definitely cockiness. Like we say, the Chiefs are playing the Jets. The Jets are rubbish. The Chiefs fans will make fun of the Jets.
Right.
At the games, there's less like interactions between the other fans. Like I could sit next to a Chiefs fan because I'm a Jets fan. It's not like soccer where they're separated. But like we won't go at each other. It's more before the game, maybe online. People usually tailgate before the game, which you probably don't know what that is, but people go and set their cars up in the parking lot and get like a grill and some games.
Really?
Yeah, beanbag toss, stuff like that. It's good fun.
This might sound weird, but why would people let their emotion, expression, and anger towards others when they're not in the ground? Surely you're meant to do it when you're at the actual game.
No, because football is slightly different from soccer. Whereas if you're Liverpool, you're playing a terrible team.
Yeah,
you're gonna win. Right?
Yeah.
Aston Villa is not beating Liverpool, but if you're the Chiefs and you're playing the Browns, who are bad most seasons, you can win any season. Like there's very rare that a team goes the whole season without winning a game, and it'll usually be that one fluke game against someone who's pretty okay.
Do the actual supporters, or is there such thing as like the hardcore supporters that literally go every game, or is that not, doesn't really exist? That actually does exist.
Yeah, it's less so because unlike in the UK, you're not just traveling to like Manchester, you're traveling to California.
Yeah, you got like the other side.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So obviously finance is probably a massive part. So if you have to pay a lot of money to go to the other side of the country, it's probably a lot of effort and time, money, and everything.
Yeah, airfare, tickets, everything.
That's crazy. I just forgot because I thought they would separate like New York, for an example, to California, Los Angeles, etc. They not filter them out.
No, so you have divisions. You have 3 divisions, or is it 4? It's 4 divisions in each league. The league split into the what are they called? The American
Conference, not conference.
Yeah, there is conferences. It's called conferences. I don't remember the name of the conferences for some reason.
Conference East, Northeast, or whatever.
No, you've got 2 conferences anyway. And each conference is split up to 4 divisions based off region. So you have East, South, West, and North, I think. So the Jets, who play in New York, we play with the Patriots, who play in Boston, the Dolphins, who play in Miami, and the Bills, who play in Buffalo, which is also in New York. So we're all on the East Coast. You play those teams twice a year, so it's like simpler.
Right. So do you know anything, people like online that would travel the whole country just to watch their team? Do you know, not in person, but from a group or something?
No, I don't know anyone who goes to all the games. There's definitely people who do. It's just tricky, especially since most football games are on Sunday. All football games are on Sunday, except for the few that are on Thursdays and Mondays.
Right.
So if you're going from New York to California to watch a 1:00 game, you're not getting home until very early Monday morning. If you got work,
Really?
Which is very tricky.
That's actually very interesting because it's so different because of how the landmass is just completely opposite, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The UK is tiny. It's like a little island, and the US is like, I don't even know what to call it. It's that big.
Yeah.
Would you say? This is another question. Is every game in any sport from your region of the world on TV?
Not all of them is. So with baseball, you usually have every day you have like 2 or 3 national broadcast games. So that would be like if you had a game on Sky or something, like the main channel.
Yeah.
Football, you have the same thing, but with football the schedule is different because everyone plays once per week for 16 or 17 weeks with one bye.
Yeah.
And there's one game on Thursday, which is always nationally televised. There's one game on Sunday night that's always nationally televised, and same with Monday. And then there'll usually be one game at 1:00 on Sunday and one game at 4 on Sunday that everyone can watch. So you could watch maybe like an eighth or a sixth of the games live, all of them.
How long is there like a record for how long a game in the American football has been? Is there like because you know how they can pause it from like at like the duration? How many hours could it physically go up to?
You could technically go infinite because you think about
really?
Think about American football is if you just keep adding extra time periods like you do in soccer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you could just keep going on and on. It's infinite. There's no penalty shootout.
Has there ever been a game that it gets too late in the evening that you can't watch, or like too late?
Less so now. When I was younger, I wouldn't really stay up for all the night games. But now I'll stay up for all. Well, not right now because there's no season. But definitely when the season starts, I'll be watching all the games.
Oh really? So how long is the season in total? Like months?
So it usually starts beginning of September, and you have 17 weeks that usually end about like the last week of December, or the first week of January, from the beginning of September. So that's like, I could do math, 5 months, 4 months.
Really?
September, October. Yeah, 4 months. And then you've got the playoffs, which will be all of January and then the first week of February.
Because how big are the what club or team do give out the biggest contracts to players? Is there a specific like Man City and?
It's different from soccer because you have every team has the same salary cap, so you can only spend. I think this year it's like 175 million. You can only spend 175 million for the 53 players you have on your roster, and every team can divide that up however they want. But like, it's similar to soccer. No good player is going to the bottom, the worst teams usually for the most part.
Right.
But everyone can spend the same amount of money and has the same amount of money.
So I think they've got that in rugby in the UK as well. So because of Saracens, they got fined for paying their players too much money a week or something like that. So they got banned from like the European competition, which is like the equivalent to like the Champions League. And a lot of their players left, and some of them decided to be loyal and stay, even though they got like proper penalties and they've been relegated and things like that. It's crazy. Like, who would want to? I know you're loyal, but who would want to stay if you're getting relegated? In the NFL. There's no actual relegation. You can't go to a division that's below you. So the players feel like they're more safe in a team, even if they're playing badly, because you can't go any lower.
There's definitely nowhere to go, but there's nowhere to go. And also with the way the NFL draft works, which you don't have because you just have academy teams.
Yeah.
You have 7 rounds. You draft players from college, basically university, and the worst team in the league gets the best pick.
Oh, really?
So it goes like that. So if the Jets go 0-16, they'd be the worst team in the league. They would get the number 1 pick, and they would get the best player coming out of university.
Really?
So it's basically made so it's sustainable, so bad teams can become good.
So how likely is it to make, like, if you're in a college and you've been there for quite a while and you want to move on to professional NFL? Do you have a quite high likelihood of like doing well with yourself, or is it really hard?
It's really hard. The transition's very hard because you're going from playing college kids to 350-pound massive people.
Yeah. So you're saying they have to put the weight on and eat chicken?
No, I'm not saying they have to eat chicken. I'm not saying they have to put the weight on. It's just a very large difference between the NFL and college. Really? Most players' careers, I think it averages like 2 or 3 seasons. So players don't last long.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone? I like you asking do you know anyone that's made it? Or
I don't know anyone personally, but I've met some players who play, former players and current players.
Because in the Premier League or the academy, they play in like an academies division. Against proper teams like Arsenal, Spurs, Everton, Chelsea, United, etc. They play it's called Premier League 2, and then if they're good enough, the first team coach selects them from the academy the academy, that's what they call it, and they they bring them onto the squad for the first team, and then they get an opportunity either to shine or fail, or whatever they want to do, and then that's how they make it like that. Or they just get a trial and somehow make it. It's really hard if you get a trial though, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you're trialing out, and then you could all of a sudden make it, or you could all of a sudden your career could be, or injury even could end. A lot of injuries actually end a lot of professional careers, which is really sad but true.
It's similar with football because it's just football. There's probably more injuries in American football because just a lot more contact.
Yeah, even though they wear all the gear, the gear.
Yeah, but it doesn't do enough. Like there's a whole thing around it with concussions, and it's like long-term head trauma. It's a whole big thing, and it's like causing NFL to be under a lot of not pressure, but just like they have to do something about it.
Wow, that is crazy. So because if you get concussion, aren't you like automatically out of like the squad for like a few months?
Depends on how bad your concussion is. If you have a concussion during a game, you have to sit. You can't play that game it's unlikely that you'll play the next game.
They just that.
Yeah, because they're very common, and they have to make it so people can't play. If people play with it's really bad for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it can cause even further like brain damage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. I don't really hear a lot of, because NFL it's not small here, but it's not a scale where it just grabs my eyes. Yeah, because it physically can't, because it's not big enough.
It's definitely getting bigger there, and you can watch a lot of the games now too.
Yeah, the problem is the time difference is one of the main factors. And it's not in our country. It's an interesting one. There. Yeah, there's a lot, and they also do London games once a year.
Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, Tottenham as well as Wembley, and
always the Jaguars who play there.
Is it me? My friend supports the Jaguars. Shout out to Brandon. You know Brandon, don't you? Shout out to Brandon. Yeah. He's always going to those games and always getting free tickets. I love that guy. The Jaguars? He always complains they're all crap. Is that true?
They are crap.
Oh,
they were really good 3 years ago, and they basically traded away all their good players, and then they now are shit.
Well, that's the harsh reality of the NFL. So wait, so how is it really easy to get rid of your good players? If you're all...
yeah, because people would trade for your good players.
Is there any payments between clubs, or is it just trading players between?
It's not like the transfer market for soccer. Is you like if I gave you an apple and you gave me 2 pencils, something like that. Like you're trading the players. Not money.
Can you trade like different positions, or it has to be the same?
No, you could trade whoever you want.
What about the coaches? Can they trade?
Though you're not really supposed to trade coaches. I think there was one time there was a weird thing where a team traded their coaches or something like. It was the whole thing. I watched a YouTube video on it once. It was very strange. But you can't trade coaches. Basically this story.
Sorry about Freddie's internet connection. He's not in his proper home, right?
Oh, am I frozen?
No, you were for like a second, like 2 seconds before, and then just now. So I was just apologising on your behalf, as you can say your apology. Wait, do you know if you're lagging or anything, or frozen?
I didn't notice it. Usually, it will make you frozen, and my thing will cut out for me. But I didn't notice it there.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, fine. We've got some other points to ask you while you are here. So, what is your honest opinion on the food at any sport that you've been to in your home country?
It's amazing. They have food from like various like restaurants or whatever. They have great fried chicken. They have hot dogs, pretzels, anything. It's incredible. So
what they should do is, if your team, this is quite a good idea actually. If your team, for example, the Jets, they're crap, and you're turning up to a game, you're a loyal fan. I think they should give the fans a free drink and a main meal. Not a main meal, but something to eat.
Yeah, the food is so expensive at football games, American football games. It's like $20 for a burger. It's ridiculous.
20 for
Yeah.
a burger. And how big are the burgers? Are they even that big?
No, they're like normal size burgers. They're nothing special. The burgers are quite bad, actually.
Actually, because at Premier League clubs, every part of the food domain in a stadium is a rip-off. If you want to get a tea or a coffee or whatever, you're paying like a premium just for a hot drink. It's crazy. I assume. Sorry, carry on.
I was gonna say like bottles of water at baseball games are $7, something like that. Yeah.
Do they let? The question is, do they actually let the fans go to the local shop and buy their own stuff instead of spending like double the price in the stadium?
No, you can't bring food or drink into the game.
Ah, fair play. That's quite clever from them. So you can't just buy it up. Same probably here as well.
Yeah, I don't think your own food into the game. That'd be a bit strange.
Yeah. I mean, the food is very nice, but at the end of the day, you are paying the stadium fee because they've got nothing to compete with because you can't go anywhere else in the game unless you want to leave for some reason.
Yeah, but you have the really cool beer machines at Spurs.
Yes. If anyone's in the comments seen them, you put your cup on like this, was it a pump or something, and then it clips into the cup, and then beer just starts filling up from the bottom to the top.
It is so cool. It's mesmerizing.
Especially if you're like an avid beer drinker. This is like heaven for you. Like, let's just get 10. They just fill up with instant. Like, apparently they fill up in like 1 second. That's crazy. And the cups aren't no small cups or anything. No, well, compared to American-sized cups, they probably are small, to be fair.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. That's just the harsh reality. So the food, what would you rate like a burger or something at a game? If you've had right?
The burgers are okay. It's the hot dogs and the fried chicken and the wings.
So is it all mainly unhealthy food?
Yeah, nothing you will get there is healthy.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
They don't do like anything like fruit or
no,
I don't know. What's that?
Who's going to a sports game and getting like an apple, a fruit salad?
Oh dear! If you are doing that, no offense, why are you there? You might as well just leave.
Yeah, it's just beer and unhealthy food.
Yeah. Do they do a lot of alcohol before we move on to the next part, or is it really low? Oh, they do loads.
Yeah, it's not like a limit on what you can get at the game.
Do you ever see people getting absolutely hammered from being drunk?
People definitely do get drunk. I wouldn't think it's as bad as it would be at soccer.
Oh no, you don't honestly. That's why there's such violence, because they're drinking from like 7 a.m. until the game starts like 4:30 or whenever. No wonder why football or soccer or whatever you call it is probably one of the most violent sports out there, I'd say. As in with the fans, not with the actual the actual game. There's no violence at all. Yeah, nothing.
It's probably you get more injured just from going to watch the game than you would do if you just played.
Literally. You might as well watch some golf. There's as many injuries than that. That's classic. So would you say, let's say you're a 4-year-old child. I know this sounds really weird, but what is the most parental guardian guidance, whatever you want to call it, sport out of NFL and soccer? Look, basically what I'm asking is the language from the supporters quite bad in the NFL? Like, do people say like F word, C word, W word, everything?
People won't curse as much as they will just boo so much. They will just scream at the players that they suck and stuff. Just relentlessly.
Do you think the players know, especially when there's fans and not in COVID, obviously? Do you think the players know if they're if they're getting a lot of stick? Is it really obvious, or is people just doing it in their heads, like going "boo" or something?
No, it will be obvious. It's really more obvious in baseball than it is in football.
Really?
Because baseball is like it's much slower. People have like the spotlight when they go up at bat.
Yeah.
So you can anyone could do whatever they want at that point.
So with baseball, is there as much, not violence, that's the wrong word. Is there that much swearing and people doing the wrong things? Baseball's
probably less hostile than football.
That's something I've learned tonight. There we go. I actually, do you know what? I actually enjoy baseball. It's actually a very gripping sport. When it gets to like the finale, doesn't it? It gets really gripping.
Down the end, it can get intense if it's a close game. But I will say, baseball is a long game. It can be very boring.
Really? Would you say? I don't think you've ever watched cricket, but would you say it's as boring?
I've watched cricket once. I was in London last summer, and
no way. World Cup final.
Yeah.
That was the best game at the mob.
I wasn't paying that much attention because I didn't know how it worked. But I was there doing like a summer camp type of trip thing, and we went to Trafalgar Square, and they had like a whole thing set up there. I think it was Trafalgar Square.
When everyone was sitting there watching the big screens.
Yeah,
you were there.
That
means you were on TV. That means you won.
They had a whole thing set up, and you could play mini games, and you can win a cricket bat. I have it somewhere here.
Do you really? Oh
yeah,
my God!
It's a plastic cricket bat with like markings for the World Cup and everything.
That was when all the heroics kicked off. Like it was absolutely crazy that game, that final, because we were just so bad batting wise, and then
was it New Zealand who won?
No, we won in the England beat New Zealand, but
we
were so bad at batting. No, not batting. No, we played well.
They won on like the last second, right?
No, so what happens is that the first innings is the New Zealand bat and try and get as many runs as possible. Yeah. Then England have their go. England drew, and then it went to in foot and soccer it's called extra time, but in cricket it's called the super over, which is an extra 6 balls for each side to bat. And England won. Yeah, that's what they call it.
The super
over.
Oh, that makes more sense.
OVER. And then
I was thinking UPER.
Oh no, OVER. And then in the game, it went to literally England and New Zealand drew. The actual runs was the exact same. The only difference was England hit more boundaries. The ball hit the boundary more for England. So apparently they won because of that reason. It was absolutely crazy that game. I've never seen a game so close. Even that was crazy. We didn't even win. We technically drew. And that was a World Cup final, so.
But you won.
But we won, obviously.
That's what matters.
That's the main part. That was actually crazy. So you were in London when that game was on, because I was at Lord's in London as well. You know Lord's, don't you? Do you know Lord's? Biggest cricket stadium in
yes. Yeah, I've heard Lord's. I don't know. If you showed me a photo, I'd have no clue what it was, but I knew that it was the biggest.
It's got like a museum and everything in the complex or the facility. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, I've never been.
It's got a lot of history. So do you like any sports out of the US?
Yeah,
not
soccer.
That and that really aren't really played at home. Are there any that stand out? I know tennis is global now. Well, it's been global for
tennis, I guess. I play tennis.
Yeah, but the thing is with tennis, it's not very hyped in the US compared to around the world. Is it?
Yeah, because US tennis players are rubbish other than Serena Williams. And tennis is it's a very international sport.
Is it? Oh, no, what about is it? It's massive. Yeah. Like they fill out the stadiums for every grand tournament that exists, like US Open, Australian Open, Wimbledon, French Open, etc. They're always busy, apart from COVID. So we'll move on to the next part. Hello to the people there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to everyone you know on other social media. Just hit the share button. So have I asked you this question already? I might have, I might not. But how big is baseball?
Baseball. I feel like it's getting more popular right now. It's more people. They're trying to shorten the games because one of the main issues with baseball is that it's so long. People don't want to sit through 3.5, 4 hour game.
Right.
And I think with this shortened season, it will be actually beneficial because nothing else on. What are you gonna do? Watch what other sport? No one wants to watch the MLS.
No. So if you didn't know, Freddie has a very anti-MLS agenda. So he cannot stand the MLS, which I do agree to a certain extent. It's the retirements league, and at the same time, it's also the payday league. So if you want to get a paycheck and you're at the end of your career, like Ray Rooney, you want to go to the MLS, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know why he came back to England, but he did go to the MLS for a while.
Same as that then.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he rocked the MLS. He was just too good. He left.
Vela.
Carlos Vela, right?
I don't know. I know it's Vela. I don't know.
Vela. Right. Anyway, we'll move on from that. So what we're saying is we don't really like the MLS that much. I don't really watch it.
No, it's just,
and it's always on at 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's just shit soccer. No one wants to watch that. If I want to watch shit soccer, I go watch Spurs every week.
Just tune into that. That's absolutely class for me. I love that. So I have to be honest, Spurs are incredibly boring. Like I would prefer to watch an MLS game. It's that boring. I'm joking. We would never get to that. We would never get that extreme.
David Beckham has an MLS team though. Inter Miami.
Go check them out.
Stupid name. They're so bad. They lost their first 5 matches. The first team to ever do that.
In the whole of the MLS.
First team in MLS history to lose the first 5 matches as a team.
Be honest. Would you say that's embarrassing?
It's very embarrassing, but it's understandable because you've got all the players that no one else wants.
Yeah,
it means something if the MLS does not want you and you have to go play for Inter Miami.
Yeah. That's actually crazy. So did he buy a club? How did it work? Or no, he found a club.
He founded the club basically. He's like the owner and everything.
Oh, he runs it all. So because he lives in London. He lives in London, but at the same time he owns and runs Miami.
He owns a house everywhere. No, it's like with the Manchester City owner. He owns the Jaguars, I think.
No, Arsenal's owner owns the LA Rams. Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, Kroenke owns the Rams.
He owns the Rams. Mm-hmm. That's actually sick. And he doesn't pump any money into Arsenal. Actually, he does a bit. But not what Arsenal.
We signed Pepe, but that's not what we wanted.
The guy, he scores occasionally a screamer or two, or he scores a free kick in the Europa League game, but that's not a stop.
Well, he's good. He's very good, but he's never good.
Because with Spurs signed Ndombele from Lyon, this guy can't even play more than 60 minutes a match, and a match is 90 minutes.
Yeah, your biggest signing in the past few years has been Lamela.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Lamela is probably the best signing we've had in the last 10 years. To be honest, it probably is.
Yeah.
So, what? You've got a season ticket at
the Jets.
Jets.
Yes.
So can you share a screen to people to see how good your view is? Or is that impossible online?
No, I could do that.
Because I was just wondering if people could see how good and how much food you obtain or consume while you're watching these brilliant sport.
You want to see like an angle from my seat?
Yeah, is there such thing? Because how big is your stadium? Do you know like facts off by heart?
Maybe like 80,000.
80,000. That's decent. Oh, wait, who's the biggest club? LA Rams, right at the moment.
82,000. The Rams just built a new stadium.
Yeah, they got a massive.
Very nice.
Stan Kroenke, what a legend. So Freddie's just looking up how what his seat view is. As we're all intrigued to see.
Okay, this is more or less the view. I will share my screen in a second.
All right.
If I could figure out how it works, share screen.
Just click share screen and then click share on the bottom right of that tab that pops up. Sorry, we haven't rehearsed this as Fred's very limited with his time.
Okay, can you see that?
Here we go.
This is basically the angle I have of the game. This is from a Giants game because the Jets and Giants share the same stadium.
That is insane.
Yeah,
wow.
we've got quite good seats.
So does the atmosphere actually get good because of the amount of people in that stadium when it's full?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the stadium full.
Yeah, what was your last game? Do you recall it?
Last game, it would have been like December of last year. We probably lost.
Oh really? Oh, last year.
Yeah, because the season ended in December because we didn't make the playoffs.
So you get cut off.
Yeah, kind of.
That's insane. And who are your key players to look out for the new season or the new games coming up, whenever they are?
Who did we get? Well, we have Le'Veon Bell, who was our massive signing last season, and he was rubbish.
Right.
So he should be much better this year. Who else did we get? We've got our quarterback is Sam Darnold, who was injured a lot last season. He should be much better. We drafted we signed a new offensive line. I don't know if that means anything to you.
Yeah. The offensive is the attack. Players that like to score.
We signed the big fat guys that stand there and stop the defense and sack the quarterback.
Fair play. So you've done some business. The club's done some business.
Yeah, but we're about to lose our best player, Jamal Adams.
What's
really vocal. What do you say?
Wait, is he the type of guy that's like an Ericsson of Spurs who's like, oh, I want to leave now, move on? Is he like that type of guy?
It's less so that. So he's under contract for 2 more years. But
right.
he wants a bigger contract where he's making like 16, 17 million a year, as opposed to the 3 million he's on right now because he's on his original contract.
Wow.
And the Jets don't want to pay him because you have him under contract for 3 or 5 million for the next couple of seasons.
Wow. That's incredible.
And so now he's demanding a trade, which is basically to say he wants to leave.
So, in the NFL, do the players that want to leave, do they get linked to any clubs or teams or whatever you call them?
It's not really linked because they don't hold any power. They don't get to choose where they go.
Because with soccer football, for example, for Arsenal, Thomas Partey was heavily linked from Atletico Madrid to go to Arsenal. Did you hear about that? The CDM from Atletico Madrid.
No, I didn't hear.
So this guy, he was a very good player. He was like really linked with Arsenal. Like even AFTV were like chatting about this and trying getting it hyped up. And they were gonna get him, and then I think he's just signed a new contract. So he's not coming to. He's re-signed for the Madrid Atletico. Yeah. So the way the players' business or the way that they deal with players and where they go and where they're staying is completely different in the sports. Like completely.
Yeah, it's not that the players have no control where they go. The Jets can trade Jamal Adams to anywhere they want, and he has no choice but to go there and play for them.
But what happens if you're in a contract, your club's not letting you go, but you literally hate the club and you hate the location, you hate everything?
You can hold out and not play, which is no good for the club because they lose a good player, and no good for you because you get fined and you won't get paid your contract.
Wow.
So you make no money.
Harsh reality out in the NFL, clearly.
Yeah, because this is what happens when people complain about not making 20 million a year.
So Freddie's got some news on this world record Kansas Chief player. What's his name again? The one that signed the massive contract.
Patrick Mahomes. He signed like.
That's it. I knew his name. I just didn't know the last.
What is it? Close to $500 million overall for like next 10 years, 12 years.
So how good is this player? Is he rubbish?
He is amazing. No other way to say it.
He's actually amazing.
He's absolutely incredible.
So with soccer, you rate them on how good their skill is, their touch, their shooting, or if they're defender, how good they're defensive. With NFL, do they rate them with their catching ability, their physicality, their structure?
Yeah, so for a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, it's your passing ability, like how far you can throw it, your accuracy, your speed is sometimes important, your pocket presence, which is basically just knows if you have a defender near you, like how to avoid that.
What about your visibility and if you know where the players
are? Able to see the whole field, yeah.
Yeah, like that. And
a lot of it is just football IQ. And you know a lot about the game.
So let's say, do a lot of people play Madden? I know this is we're now talking about video games. Actually, do you play Madden? Is it actually good?
Madden? No, Madden. Let me get one thing clear. I play Madden every year. I play it. I enjoy myself until I don't when they release good players, and it is the most rubbish game in the world. There is zero skill involved in order to be good. All you have to do is get the best player. You move the joystick forward, and he can run through anyone.
And that's how it works. And that's how you're good.
Yeah, FIFA is different because FIFA you need to have skill to
Yeah,
be
you
decent
need
at it.
to get through the team. Oh, fine. So would you say it works out that FIFA could potentially be a better game than Madden? Obviously, because EA don't care about FIFA at all because they're EA. But if a good company owned FIFA, do you think FIFA could actually be a really, really good game?
Yes, I think if
Yeah,
FIFA was not pay to win,
yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
would be a
It's
good game.
literally who's got the most money on their debit card or credit card. And they just put the
Yeah,
money on their account. I
like
hate that.
the MLB game, the baseball game.
Yeah.
It's made it basically you don't have to spend a single. Actually, you can't spend if you spend money, you still can't get the best players. There's certain
Really?
players you have to just play to get for free, and the more you play, the better your team will get just from playing.
Oh,
And you also have to be good at the game because if you just have the best players, it won't get you anything if you can't hit the ball or if you can't pitch.
That's actually really interesting. I think one more thing. Sorry, Alice. So overall, you say FIFA has the capability or the potential to be a better game. It just isn't. Well, it is, but it isn't because EA don't really pay attention enough.
Oh my God, Jamal Adams was just traded.
Just now?
Yeah, the best player on the Jets.
Live? No way, live!
Oh my God.
And we were talking about him literally like 5 minutes ago. Was it 5 minutes ago or was it 3 minutes ago? Well, it feels like 3 minutes
Not
ago.
long ago. Oh my God. No way.
Where's he gone?
He was going to Seattle Seahawks. Oh my. They're like,
The Seahawks?
that's okay because I really like them. I like the Seahawks.
I feel.
Here's what we see. So we get a first round pick next year. So which is basically like we will get one of the top 30 players coming out of college. We'll get the same thing the year after. We got the replacement. We got Seattle player who plays the exact same position as Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
And we got a third round pick next year.
Really? That's insane.
So we got a really good deal.
That's actually incredible. Oh, fair play. You've actually got a good deal there.
Twitter's going crazy.
Is it? Oh, because the NFL. What's the NFL Twitter like? Has people got good opinions, or they're just people just being stupid?
I just follow all the analysts.
Ah, right. And
like
have they got
analysts? Yes, they're very good.
Good. That's what we want to hear. I hate the deluded people that think like, oh, Arsenal going to win the league next season because we finished 10th this season. Oh my God, that's not how it works, sadly, mate. Move on. So let's move on. Apart from video games and transfers or trades, what is your favourite memory any, or you can do multiple, but prefer multiple because it lasts longer. What's your favourite memory at sports with an S on the end?
Was my favorite what for memory? Oh, I was okay.
Memory. Sorry.
So, this isn't my favorite memory. It is probably my least favorite memory, but basically in like 2013, 2014, Jets played the Patriots, who's their rivals, like Spurs played Arsenal on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know anything about Thanksgiving, but it's a big holiday. It's on a Thursday. For the one time in a season, there's 3 games on a Thursday because no one has work.
Yep.
And it was freezing cold. It was like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. The Jets got absolutely destroyed, and one of the most infamous plays in football history happened. I'll show you. I can share my screen if it works.
If it works again. Ooh la la. What are the 49ers fans? If you can see on our background, we've got the 49ers fans. Sorry, let me put it up there. By the way, are we going to get copyrighted for this, or is it all fine?
I don't know.
I don't know how it works, really, copyright. I don't know how they do it and how it's monetized. I don't even know. Play like a few seconds.
Okay, so this is... I'll explain it after. So I don't know how laggy that was.
It was all right. You could see what was happening, but obviously it's not
okay. So basically, the Jets quarterback took the ball and ran into his own player's bum.
Right.
And that straight into his butt, dropped the ball. Patriots picked it up and scored a touchdown.
Wait. Oh, so wait. So what was the score? The final score that match? That cold, freezing Thanksgiving afternoon.
Evening. It was like 42-10, which is a blowout.
So I assume Philadelphia gets the coldest temperatures in the winter.
Philadelphia is really the Packers, and they play in Wisconsin. Same with Minnesota Vikings. They'll be playing in snow in negative temperatures.
There's no Canadian teams at all, is there? None.
There's a Canadian team in baseball.
Ah, yes, Toronto, isn't it?
Toronto Blue Jays, yeah.
There you go, Blue Jays. Oh, my friend supports them. That's why.
Yeah.
Brandon loves them. So we can bring up Brandon. So that's. Would you say that's a favorite memory at losing?
No,
that's something to forget.
It's one of the most vivid memories. But I don't know, it's definitely not a highlight.
No, it's the opposite of a highlight.
Yeah. Also, you spelled favorite wrong. You didn't put an R in it.
Did I?
It says favorite.
We'll put it out of the way. So sorry, we'll remove that. So I didn't type that. If anyone wanted to know, I can do that. If anyone asks,
if anyone asks, it was me.
People stereotype America saying that education is not good enough. Clearly, not good enough. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just joking. So, have you got any personal memories, not the actual team memories, or maybe the team and yourself? Is it anything at all?
What do you mean,
something you've really stood out when you went to something, or when you went to a game, or whatever?
Less like that, but I saw the Mets play in the World Series. It's like if Spurs played in the Champions League final, which they will never do.
Well, again. We lost.
Which you would never do. That wouldn't even count.
We lost because apparently that was a handball. But we're talking about NFL at the moment, so we'll leave that for a
minute.
bit.
You barely made it in.
All right, fine. We'll agree on that.
Champions League final.
Yeah, we'll agree on that bit. All right, carry on.
It's basically the Mets playing in the Champions League final. It's a best of 7 series. We played the Kansas City Royals, who are one of the worst teams in the league right now. But 5 years ago, they were like a dynasty, kind of. They made 3 straight World Series.
Really? That is incredible.
3 or 2. It might have been 2, but they were very good for a decent bit.
So how good do the teams have to be if they want to compete in this competition you just stated? I forgot what it's called because my memory is not very good.
It's the amount of talent you have to have on your team is just so much, because baseball is not like team chemistry as you like. In soccer, if you have players who play really well together, then you might be better. In baseball, it's not. It's a team sport, but you rely on individuals a lot more.
Right.
Because everyone they're by themselves basically, right? If you got someone who's going to hit lots of home runs, that's great. But if you've got someone who just gets on base a lot, that's very good. But if you don't have anyone else to back them up and score them, no difference.
Ah, that's very interesting, actually. So, because do you have to finish in this? I know I might have. This might have answered this, but do you have to actually be in a certain position in your conference in the baseball to do something more competitive?
Yeah, so you played a 162 game season.
Wow.
Between beginning of April until October, I think it's September. Yeah, it's middle of September, and you have 6 divisions, 3 in each league. And the first place teams in each of those divisions make the playoffs, along with the next 2 best teams in either division. And they play a 1-game play-in, and whoever wins that makes the playoffs.
That's actually incredible.
Yeah.
So, how far did you say have the Mets made? Have they made any finals or trophies?
So the first World Series was like ages ago, 1940s. I don't know when they first became the World Series, but the Mets became a team in 1962. They won in 1969, which obviously I wasn't there. They won in 1986, and they made it to the World Series in 2000 and 2015 and lost both.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing. And what teams did they take the L to?
2000 they lost to the Yankees, that was like a New York World Series.
That must have been a lot of hostility, if that's a word, hostile.
Yeah,
to New York.
Okay,
it probably is a word.
And they lost to the Royals in 2015.
Where are the Royals located in?
Kansas City. Cool fact about Kansas City. There is a Kansas City in Kansas, which is probably what you were thinking of.
Yes.
The Kansas City where the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals play is across the border in Missouri.
Right. That doesn't really make sense, but
so the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals play in Missouri, not Kansas.
Hold on. It's like saying, let's put Man City in Liverpool. Why would you do that?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Is there any history or reasoning why they're not in Kansas City, where Kansas is?
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri is much nicer. And I don't know if you know anything about Kansas, but there's like 3 people that live there.
Wait. So I can count them on my fingers.
There's not literally 3 people. There's like hundreds of thousands, but there's not many.
So is it quite deserted?
It's quite deserted. It is very suburban.
Good word, like that. I didn't know it's that extremely quiet and empty.
Yeah, basically. It's like...
So you could go to a shop or a Target or something, and there'll be no one there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's no one there. It's just small towns, small neighborhoods. People know each other, stuff like that.
Oh, because is it quite popular in America that people know locals really well?
Yes, if you live in a small town. Like, you know your neighbors, stuff like that.
Are people really friendly to one another, or is that not very common?
Depends on where you are.
New Jersey, where are you?
No one likes New Jersey.
Yeah, I saw some guy on the plane. We were going to Cancun in Mexico years ago, and this guy was just like, no one talks to each other where I'm from in New Jersey. We're also answering. That's class. Don't worry, we're not stereotyping New Jersey. It's a lovely place.
It's not a lovely place. No one likes New Jersey.
Don't break the truth to the viewers. They want to know how lovely it is. I mean, they want to go on holiday there, on vacation.
Anyone in the UK is thinking about going on holiday to New Jersey, please do not go to New Jersey.
So we've got a travel agent on the call at the moment. He knows a lot about New Jersey. What's the main tourist attractions located in New Jersey?
New York City.
But that's not in.
Yeah.
Mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Do they not have any cool buildings?
No, it's like if I went to London and stayed in Manchester for a week.
What?
It wouldn't make much sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, that's my point.
It's like saying, let's put Kansas City outside Kansas. Brilliant. I've got to clap that for half an hour or something. The sense there is unbelievable. Do they know they're not making sense?
Yeah.
And why? They do know, but that actually is a reason to be honest. Why they put it outside Kansas, but that's no story. What else was I going to say?
Crystal Palace.
So what do you make? I know you're not from England, but I know England is not my city. Before you roast everyone in the chat, but at Nick Thompson. Do you think that at soccer games the fans are more vocal about what's on their minds basically and what's happening?
Yeah. Atmosphere of soccer is so much better.
Because I think the fans, they feel like they're not going to eat and enjoy. They're going to let their anger out that they have. They're going to do something that's probably wrong and illegal. Yes. Like punch someone's face in for no apparent reason, just because they support Arsenal Football Club. Things like that. I just do not understand in soccer or football, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Because have you ever come across a real big brawl or people had a fight or they've clashed in a car park or parking lot, whatever to call it. Have you ever come across?
I've definitely seen people fight before. Just nothing like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Like maybe they. Oh, I was frozen for a minute.
What got you?
I'm back now.
No,
like super
carry on.
They maybe like push each other and then like some other fans get in the way and separate them. But it's, the rivalries in American football are very different from soccer. It's not like I despise the Patriots.
Yeah, same.
I would not beat up a Patriots fan. You might beat up an Arsenal fan for all I know.
I don't think I go to a game and start beating up other opposition fans, because what's the weird thing about soccer or football is?
Oh, someone's calling me.
Oh, who's calling you?
I don't know.
Prank call or is it a real call?
It's a real call. I'll call them back later.
All right, just tell them you're talking about clashing and fighting.
He's probably calling me to tell me that the Jets lost the best player.
Oh, really? Oh, is he caught up with the news?
Yeah, he's a Jets fan.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
There we go. There's more than one Jets fan on the earth, and evidence is there. I'm joking. Obviously, there's more than one. So, as I was saying, so you're saying mainly, apart from in the parking lot and online, it's never really happened at all.
No, rare.
And what are the punishments if you decide to start smashing someone in the nose because they support not New York Patriots?
You'll get kicked out. You get kicked out, and you probably won't be allowed back in ever.
You get bans. There's proper bans.
Yeah.
Ah. How many? Are there
depends if you drink too much too. If you get like really, really drunk,
yeah,
you get kicked out.
Hold on, that's brilliant because they're the ones selling all this alcohol, but then they're saying if you drink too much, you're out.
Yeah, they make a ton of money, and they get rid of all the people who are dangerous to everyone else at the same time. So it's a win-win.
So do you think you'll ever become a steward at a game?
That would be very cool. I basically get paid to go to the games. That would
you're paid to watch a game and sort of organize the safety for the fans as well as chilling.
Yeah. So I'd be one of the people who are just. I basically go in my uniform. I go to the bathroom, change out my uniform, and go sit down in the seats.
That's a great idea. We've got our first comment of the night. It's come a bit late. It's actually from Brandon. I don't know what he said though. He said Duval.
Duval. That's what Jaguars fans say.
Oh, he said this. I knew it was that. There you go. I'll bring it up now.
They play in Duval County, in Florida.
Oh, because I actually think that the Jags have the best supporters.
Is that actually that does not look like a Jaguar emoji.
More like a tiger, I'd say.
Yeah. Come on, Brandon. Work on your emojis.
Yeah, Brandon. What are you doing? You absolute. I'm joking. We're not rude to anyone on the stream.
Brandon.
Brandon is he's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about his club or team, whatever they call it. He knows a lot about the Jags.
There's not much to know about the Jags. They've got Leonard Fournette. I love Leonard Fournette. That's it.
Didn't they finish bottom last season?
Yeah, they were one of the worst teams in the league.
That's actually a real shame, to be honest, because I really do like them, and Brandon knows that. Right. So we'll stay with fans for a bit longer, then we'll wrap up.
All right.
As I'm sure you have to run off to wherever you have to run off to. He said in the comments, I'll try and change it for next time. That's lovely of him. What is a typical thing to wear as a supporter to a baseball, NFL, apart from a jersey? Do people wear anything?
No, people. Actually, football games. People wear really strange, like firemen's helmets, chains, everything. It's strange. Okay, I'll pull up a photo. This is basically like the Jets' unofficial mascot. I'll share my screen.
Share your screen. I'm bigger now the boogie.
So this guy, he went to all the Jets games. He wore the fireman helmet because he was a former firefighter, and he was known as a guy named Fireman Ed. And he would always be number 42, and he would just go and just like start chants with everyone and stuff.
So would you say this guy is probably one of the most passionate people in the whole of the NFL?
Yeah.
Wow. So that is proper dedication. So he actually dresses up technically.
And he would go to most of the away games and everything.
But what team did you say he supports?
The Jets.
Oh, he's the Jets. Oh, wow. Does he sit near you?
No. So we sit in. So we can imagine my calculator because for lack of better things.
Hold on. Is there a tunnel? Because are you near the tunnel or are you nowhere near that?
What do you mean the tunnel?
Where the players run out.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near that.
Not tunnel,
I'm like here. I'm on the west side of the stadium, about near the middle, on the second row up. Fireman Ed, he sits over here by the end zone, in like the first row. So he's like very low to the ground.
Ah, so wait, hold on. He starts all like the singing and the jolliness of the game, and
it's not as much. He'll do like a chant every so often. That's kind of it.
Are they a bit not childish? That's probably not the right word. Why put your phone on
kids calling me?
Oh,
because it goes through to my laptop. It's annoying.
Oh, can't you just tell him you're doing something for 5 more minutes or something?
I hung up. I declined the call. It's not that important.
Clearly not. So, would you say the atmosphere is a very, not childish, that's the complete wrong word. It's a bit more friendly. It's not very hostile and swearing and doing like...
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nicer environment. For lack of a better word.
You know, if you're going to a soccer game, you know you're going to get absolutely hammered. Your brain's just going to be hammered because all you're listening to is like swear words. You listen to, sometimes we don't encourage, obviously, racism, technically, people because of their skin color, singing and shouting.
Big racism is a big issue in soccer.
Yeah, and throwing beer and stuff in the ground. So it all gets a bit especially in derbies and like rivalry games. It really does kick off. But it does tend to kick off during normal games, which for some reason is weird. But I think I should expect it now because it's one of those things that they could, and they still segregate the fans from each other, and they're still managing to argue.
Yeah, they have to segregate the fans.
Oh, funny story. I didn't answer the memory question, but I was at a Spurs West Ham match at Wembley 1 year ago. Some guy got a lifetime ban. Guess what he threw at the West Ham fans? This guy was a Spurs fan. No.
Oh.
He's much more vile than that. I can bet anything is much more vile than that.
A gun, knife.
Guns are illegal in this country, so it probably wouldn't be a gun. Like completely illegal.
I don't know.
He weed in a cup, and he threw the whole cup. Because when you drink beer, your piss gets, or piss, whatever you call it, gets really yellow and it's like really strong as well.
Yep.
He filled it right to the top and threw the whole thing at the West Ham's supporters. This guy got a lifetime ban, and everyone was reacting crazy online on social media. We've got some comments coming in here.
Why aren't you wearing a shirt? Who's not wearing a shirt?
You. He's probably talking about NFL, not me. What am I meant to wear? A Spurs shirt. I'll get bullied if I wore that. You know.
Oh, I'll go grab my Jets shirt. Actually, the player who just got traded, Jamal Adams.
If you are on the stream, go like, share, subscribe. While we're having a little bit.
Sure. I'll make Brandon happy.
Thanks, Brandon, bro.
Brandon, this is college jersey, lettered foredeck.
Oh, really? How much? How expensive? How expensive do these shirts get up to?
Like $60. And this is Jamal Adams, who just got traded. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go burn this
in the backyard. Let's just go burn it. Wait, so when did you buy it though? That's the real question.
I bought this jersey last year because it just came out. It was new, the new type of kit, basically.
Oh, really? Oh, so wait,
Yeah.
is the hype really high? Like when the Arsenal kits come out, do people like really want to buy them?
No, but Arsenal has new kits every year.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with Arsenal. They're always bringing something out every kit, like 3 kits.
American football teams will get a new kit 10 years.
Is that
like,
why no
not
one really
often.
buys kits that much?
No, everyone buys kits. They're just expensive.
But let's say this kit is 10 years old. Would it be really cheap now that you'll buy a 10-year-old kit?
Yeah, 10-year-old kit would be very cheap because they were different make. They're made by Nike now. All the teams have Nike kits.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can't have individual like
sponsors like Adidas or something.
Exactly. Everyone has Nike. The old jerseys were made by Reebok and they were horrible.
Oh, so when did NFL or NFL USA, whatever you call them, when did they kind of realize we need Nike now?
We need a what now?
We need Nike. Like, when did they say every team you have to wear Nike?
So the NFL will have a sponsorship deal with Nike to make their jerseys for 10 years, and then every 10 years they have to renew it, or if Nike don't want to, or if I don't know, if Nike don't want to pay the money or NFL, I don't know who pays to get what, but if the contract's too high for either side, then they will.
Yeah, because in my opinion, I think everyone's then equal if everyone's got the same sponsorships on. Compared to if everyone's got whatever they want. I don't think
because like all the best clubs in the Premier League wear Nike, Adidas, but then you have like the shitty clubs like Arsenal used to wear Puma. That was horrible. They had the jerseys they wore were so tight.
No, they used to have like white coming down at the bottom, all the way down to down past the shoulder. I used to hate that.
The Puma kits were horrible, but like
Puma kits,
bad teams have like Umbro or something.
Umbro, like West Ham, for example, they were Umbro.
Exactly.
Do you think Spurs are now a bigger club now that they're with Nike? Well, they've been for a few years, but do you think?
I think everyone. I think Spurs is less big than they used to be now. No one likes Spurs anymore.
So you think Spurs are on a downhill, not an uphill?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your opinion on their appointment with Mourinho? Do you hate him, love him, or what? I know he doesn't manage the team you like.
Yeah, I think he's been fine for them. Like I think it's just to have a struggling team and he can't get all the players that he likes to play, and he has to play some shitty ones.
Yeah,
he doesn't play Dele Alli for some reason. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, that doesn't make really much sense.
And who's your right back? Serge Aurier. He can't defend for his life.
He stands up by the opposition's goal more than he does with his own goal.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He is your version of Kolasinac.
Kolasinac, if no one knows who he is, he's like the Bosnian Monreal. If that makes sense. Yeah. Because Monreal was very good at that, but obviously Monreal got told to leave eventually. But Kolasinac somehow, he's one of those players at Arsenal like Mustafi who don't deserve to be there because they're just too poor at their job. I don't agree with the players that are at all clubs that aren't good enough. They should just tell them to move on or terminate their contracts.
Do you see the thing with Santi Cazorla?
Oh, I actually like Santi.
No, he left Arsenal just before Unai Emery was signed as the manager and went to Villarreal. And now he's just left Villarreal and Unai Emery was announced as the manager.
That's actually brilliant. How did he know about the Unai Emery appointment?
I don't know. Either he's very lucky that he got out in time, or he hates Unai Emery.
Do you know where Santi's gone? Because he's a great player. He went. Do you remember that free kick?
He went to Chapi's club in like the Middle East or whatever.
Oh, he went to Saudi Arabia, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, if anyone didn't know, Xavi just got the coronavirus. Really sad. I like Xavi. What a legend he was. Same with Iniesta's out in Japan now, but there's a few players out in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. I thought the MLS was meant for that, not Saudi Arabia.
I don't know. I don't understand why you'd go play in Saudi Arabia. That doesn't make much sense. Like, well, why is Xavi coaching there? He's decent enough. He could be an assistant at somewhere. Yeah. If Mikel Arteta retired and became an assistant at Man City, Iniesta could definitely go be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah, I think Mikel Arteta's done a great job, considering he has players that
Yes.
are literally crap, like David
Like,
Luiz.
we haven't moved far in the table, but he's basically he's saved us. He's brought new talent to the team that will be great for the future. Like we've got Tierney now, who's our new left back, and I love Saka.
This guy, so Saka signed like a 5-year contract the other week, and he loves it. He's loving it. You know, he's apparently choosing whether he's going to play for Nigeria or England. Who would you want him to play for? Be honest. Oh, England. Fair enough. Carry on. Will you
I
say,
don't want
man?
to play for Nigeria. I support England.
Good lad.
So
carry on.
who else could I say?
So
Ceballos has been phenomenal.
Oh my! If
I love
Arsenal don't sign,
Ceballos.
yes, and I love his chant. You know they've got a chant for him.
He's got such good skill. He can just dribble through anyone.
He's on the ball. He's incredible. I don't know why you haven't bought him on a permanent. He's on loan from Real
We should
Madrid.
get Traore. That would be.
So what would you be on?
Traore and Aubameyang and Lacazette up top. That would be mad.
What's that? I know we're starting now to talk about soccer football. Do you think Lacazette has really a future at Arsenal anymore? Do you think he can survive a few more years?
I think if Aubameyang leaves, he'll be starting every game. He'll be playing he'll be the main goal scorer. At that point, he'll stay, but will be shit, and he will want to leave. But because of that,
that's a possibility. And wait, are you a fan of Arteta playing 3 centre backs or 3 defenders? We're going to call them in games now, like against City, Liverpool. What was your other game? Spurs. You played it.
I think it's better because it allows Bellerin and Tierney to get up on the wings more and have to worry less about defense because that's like their main role. They're much better at that.
I've also got a massive idea now to save the stream before we end up. Tomorrow is the finale of the Premier League season. It's been a great season. Obviously, not
very
for
big
Arsenal.
games. What is it? Leicester, Man U,
Wolves. Are you gonna be tuning in tomorrow?
Chelsea.
You bothered? Or you're not really that bothered?
I want to watch. I might be busy though.
Because they're all kicking off at once. Like every single game's on at once. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How are you gonna watch all the? Are they all on TV in the States? How's it work?
No, this is only one game will be televised, but I have like special pass so I can watch all the games.
So you'll be watching like the relegation derbies or the teams that are around there that could get relegated tomorrow because tomorrow is
I'm not going to watch those games. I'll be watching Leicester, Man U,
and Chelsea Wolves
and Chelsea Wolves.
So, do you have any predictions? You know a lot about the Premier League, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know who's in like which positions and everything? Who do you think? Final predictions. Who do you think will get in the top 4 now that City didn't get their ban?
Leicester's not going to make it. Chelsea's got a lot on their mind. I want Wolves to make it. I really want Wolves to make it, but they can't.
They can't mathematically. They don't think they can anymore.
Which is a shame. But I don't think Leicester's going to make it. I think it will be Man U and Chelsea. Unfortunately.
So you're going Liverpool win the league, obviously, because that's done ages ago. City second, United third, because they've got good.
United, because I think they're 1 point ahead of the rest. No.
Let me just share screen quickly. I'll show you.
I mean, if Man U, it's basically going to be whoever wins.
Yeah, Sunday. I mean, tomorrow. Well, for anyone, it's the 26th of July. So on the 26th of July, I'll share screen now. It's massive. Chrome tab, PremierLeague.com. So can you see this? Can you see?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the game. So Arsenal Watford. Are you going to watch that? Because you're an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah, I mean, if Watford wins, they don't get relegated. If they lose, they could get relegated. That's all it is.
So that's crazy because if Arsenal, sadly, so they played Villa, they lost to Villa, so they kind of saved Villa's season from going down.
Yeah.
Now they're playing Watford. So they could do the dirty work tomorrow and relegate Watford.
I really don't think they care in the slightest about this game. They're coming middle of the table. They're not making Europa from the Premier League. They're probably going to be resting their good players for their FA Cup final.
So Burnley-Brighton is probably, no offence to Burnley and Brighton fans, this is probably the most irrelevant game tomorrow. That or Liverpool's game is most. Chelsea-Wolves, both teams are fighting. One's fighting for Europa and one's fighting for Champions League. Yep. Spurs are fighting to try and finish 6th, but Spurs are crap. And no offence, they don't really deserve to finish in the Europa League. They're that bad.
Crystal Palace is fighting to be something okay.
Yeah.
So Zaha doesn't leave them.
So Everton is a massive game. Bournemouth can either stay up tomorrow. They're 3 points off safety if they win, and they need everyone else to lose. They can stay up, and they're playing Everton away. This game is massive. Leicester host Man United at home. That's massive. That's
the game to watch.
That's the game to watch. If you're a neutral for the Premier League and you want to watch a soccer game, watch the Man U. There'll be the most quality.
On, Leicester.
Yeah, you're Leicester tomorrow. You supporting Leicester?
No one wants Man U to win.
Oh, I love your opinion on Man United. Let's carry on. City, Norwich, no offense. Norwich are down and City are second automatically because there's no one can catch them up and they can't win the league. That's irrelevant. Nor do I. It's on Pick, the channel Pick. It's a free channel. Sky Sports is obviously subscription based. Liverpool versus Newcastle is BC. Who do you think will win that? Got any predictions?
I think Newcastle's going to win 10-0 easily, 10-0.
10-0. And I think Sheffield United also is a big game because they're trying to go for Europa League now.
I don't think Sheffield can make Europa. I think they could just come 6th.
No, but 6th is Europa League. 6th and 7th is Europa League. As long as Arsenal don't win the FA Cup. I think 6th and 7th is the Europa League.
But if Arsenal win the FA Cup, only 6th is Europa.
Yeah, because if you win the FA Cup and let's say Spurs finish 7th, you take Spurs' place from being in. So do you know how crazy that is? And you've been awful this season. Do you know how crazy that is?
That would be great.
You would literally be like, you're going to be watching the FA Cup final, aren't you?
For sure.
Of course. It's a big game, London Derby. And then the last game is a massive game as well. It's relegation. West Ham taking on Aston Villa, who Arsenal kind of saved last game.
West Ham are clear. As long as Villa would have to have a lot go against them. They would have to lose and everyone else would have to win for them.
So hold on. So if you can see the table on the left, Liverpool won the league, City second. Do you think these two positions where my mouse is, United third, Chelsea, that's definite fix now? They're level on points.
Yeah, I really want Leicester to make it over Man U.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Like Leicester have been not very good since the restart. I don't see them winning.
And with Spurs, they can finish physically up to 61 points if they do beat Palace. Do you think they'll finish above Wolves tomorrow? Look, they can physically finish.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like,
and I think Arsenal, they can only finish up to 8th, their highest position, but their lowest position is 10th. So I think, in my opinion, if Arsenal did finish 8th, it does look a bit better than 10th.
Yeah, as long as we come, like if we come 1 behind you or 2 behind you, that would be pretty good.
You know,
that's our standard now, to do slightly worse than Spurs.
And with regards to relegation, if you can see here on goal difference, the 27 minus 27, Watford and Bournemouth are both stuck on the same goal difference. But the only problem is Bournemouth 3 points behind, which is a win away from Watford. And Watford are actually managerless at the moment. So they don't have a manager. So if Bournemouth win...
I don't know why they fired.
Yeah, they fired their manager who they thought would keep them up. That made no sense that day.
But the manager has been, like everyone's been saying, he would have been in contention for manager of the year.
He was the manager. Did you know this? You might know this because you know a lot about soccer. Did you know that he was the manager that saved Leicester the season from relegation before they won the league?
Really?
Yeah, how crazy.
Yeah.
And Villa.
I don't know why you sack him. Two matches left. You're fighting for relegation. Why would you just going to lose these last 2 games now with no manager?
So wait, so you're saying Bournemouth are going down tomorrow, and there's one more up for grabs. It's 18, 19, 20 you go down. Who do you think will go down as well?
I don't want Watford to go. I prefer Villa. I don't know who's going to go down, but who do Villa play? They've got a tough match, no?
There we go. Here, where my mouse is hovered.
Villa play West Ham. Watford play Arsenal.
Arsenal.
There's a good chance both of them win. I don't think Arsenal's going to care in the slightest.
No, but for the fans, I just think Arsenal want to win to impress the fact. So going into the FA Cup final, they've got a bit of a morale and a bit of belief that they can go on and beat Chelsea. I know Chelsea aren't that amazing, but go on and smash Chelsea in the final. But because they need to beat their last game of the season, which do you agree with? They have to win this game to try and get a bit of confidence into the FA Cup final.
I think they do. They did beat Man U.
Yeah,
and they would make Europa regardless. I think the FA Cup would be big, especially for their momentum going into next season. They've got big transfers on the way.
Yeah,
They've
massive.
got Ziyech.
Yeah, Ziyech, Werner from Leipzig, if you know about him.
And Pulisic is just amazing.
Pulisic, best American or USA international I've ever watched in my life. You agree?
Yeah.
Or
he's the only good USA player since Tim Howard.
Yeah, that's very true. He could probably carry USA into like a. Oh, actually, in 2026, USA are hosting the World Cup.
With Mexico and Canada. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. I want to go.
Pulisic masterclass incoming on 2026.
Yeah.
How old he's actually very good. I don't know how Real Madrid or Barcelona didn't buy him, or someone bigger than Chelsea.
Well, he was at Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund's a big club in my opinion. They've got great fans and great supporters, loyal.
It's weird that Dortmund's kind of like an academy right now, in a way. Like all their good players are leaving to go to bigger clubs, which is strange. Dortmund are very good.
Did you hear about the 17-year-old that's moved on from Birmingham in the UK to Dortmund?
Yeah, they retired his name. Oh my god.
They retired his number, and this kid is 17 and played one professional senior season. What?
He played like 40 matches, scored 4 goals.
This guy, he might be amazing and all, but why would you retire his number and overhype him when he's 17? He could just about drive a car in this country.
Yeah.
And now he's going to Dortmund where Sancho is.
Well, it is Birmingham. They don't have anyone good. they definitely don't have enough players that someone else is going to retire the number 22.
That is crazy. Would you... Have they ever done anything like that in NFL or baseball or anything? They've never done something stupid like retire a number because they've scored 4 goals.
No, nothing like that. They've retired numbers like for various reasons. Like Jackie Robinson. I'm sure have you heard of him before?
Was he an NFL player?
No, first black baseball player. So every team has it. No. Every team has his number retired. Really? Certain teams they could choose whoever they want.
Yeah.
And the last few years, there's actually been 2 pitchers who fatally died, and their teams retired their numbers, which is nice.
So you're saying they mainly retire them if they die because they're legends of the club?
No. So this is like 2 exceptions. So, like one of the best young pitchers in baseball, and one of one of the best young pitchers, he died in a boating accident, and one of the youngest. He was like. He wasn't that great, but everyone loved him. He was like a super nice guy. He died from an overdose, I think.
Really?
So they retired his, but most numbers are retired for like the legends of the game. Like the Yankees have like 30 numbers retired, something insane. Lots of numbers.
Wait, are Yankees the one with all the history?
Yeah, 26 World Series, everything.
So they're like really. Are they good to this day, or they've lost their rhythm?
Yankees are pretty good right now.
Oh, are they like a Man City, basically? Not Man City, they've always been good. Like a
Liverpool? Man City used to be bad.
Mainly like a Man U.
They're like a Man U. They're always good. They will always get good young talent, no matter how well they play.
Have they always got that massive status to their name, the Yankees?
Yeah.
Everyone knows who they are.
They're like I don't like them because they're Mets rivals, but they are for sure the best franchise in baseball.
So you're basically saying they're like Spurs in Arsenal's shadow. Back when Arsenal used to win literally everything. They're like that. You're like to them.
Yeah.
Always in there. Because Spurs don't win trophies.
Because Yankees at 26. It's like if they won the league 26 times. Right? They won the Premier League 26 times.
Yeah.
The Mets have won it twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Have the Yankees? Did you say 26?
26.
Is that a record?
Man, you have like 13, right?
Yeah, 13 Premier League titles.
Yeah, so they have 26 in. It's a record, but like a lot. I think the next best team is like 8, maybe.
Are they a global brand or club? Do they have a lot of supporters outside America?
Baseball's not that much. It's like a fairly international sport, but more so in like Southern America, Central America. And I don't think people pick the Yankees because they don't like. A lot of people will pick teams like I know, like Japan baseball's really popular in Japan and China.
Really?
And a lot of the Japanese like the Mariners because Ichiro Suzuki played for the Mariners, and he's like the biggest Japanese player to ever play in the MLB. So a lot of people will pick teams based off of where people from their country have played from, like China and Yao Ming in the NBA. And
as well as baseball, we were going to touch on basketball. How drastic is the NBA, and how competitive does it get? Because I know the scores do get very high, like hundreds of points are given out. I think that's like.
I mean, for the past 5 years, there's been no competitiveness in basketball at all. It's been the same two teams in the finals. It's been whoever LeBron plays for, which has been the Cavs from Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it has been the Warriors. Both teams are terrible.
Does Steph Curry still play at the Lakers?
He plays for the Warriors.
Oh, who was the one that's at the Lakers? Is that
LeBron?
LeBron. Ah,
yeah.
Are the Lakers still like the massive team?
Yeah, they're very good. The best team in the league right now.
Oh, because I actually really do like to enjoy a nice NBA game. They're very good. And I feel like, because it's so enclosed and it's indoors, I feel the fans are more up for it. No offense to like NFL or anything, but they're just more, because there's no roof for all the atmosphere to go out. It's all enclosed and everyone's screaming and shouting. And how do they sort out because everyone's so together, can they physically do like a COVID-19 game?
No, so basketball is happening right now. It starts in a couple of days technically. Every team is quarantined in Orlando at Disney World.
Is that
hotels there? They're calling it the bubble.
The bubble, yeah, that's what they're calling it.
People can't go in, people can't go out. Their goal is to make a contained place where there is no corona, so they can play.
Is it me, or is this true? Do they play the MLS all in one place? Because I keep seeing the games and they're all in the same stadiums.
I think they're doing the MLO tournament. I'm pretty sure they played on the same. I haven't been paying attention to it in the slightest.
Oh no, it's rubbish. I'm just thinking because it occasionally is on a free channel here, so I occasionally watch it like once or twice. Oh
yeah, I need to go in a minute though. I need to go at 5.
What's it here? 10 o'clock. Oh right. So we'll wrap up.
Yeah, I need to go at 10.
We've done an hour and a half. I think it's long enough.
All right.
It kind of went quick, really. Have you enjoyed it?
Quick. Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on the show tonight.
I'm the number one US guest on your podcast.
Thank you. I didn't know that, actually. You are the best US viewer. Oh, we got a little... Is that a comment? No, it's probably not. Yeah, it's not a comment. I thought we had a comment from someone last minute, but no, it's fine. All right. Thank you for coming on. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. The next video will be filmed in seaside town down south in the UK, where we're going to go and spend a few days with me, Brandon, and Joseph. Brandon's actually been on the channel before. He was episode 2, I believe. He was chatting about soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, Premier League mainly. He was going to talk about NFL, but I don't know enough to start rambling with him. And Joseph is co-host on the show, so we're going to spend some time away by the beach. Drop a like on the video and also expect some more content in real life. We're doing some proper podcasts on a table all together, not socially distanced, but we'll all be together, not online, in a flat. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one or next week. Good night. Bye.